Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. We are going to talk about real world events that are playing out right now. And these real world events can be a big factor on your crypto investment. I honestly think XRP is about ready to start flowing all around the world. I think everything is almost put in place for that to happen. And this video, I was compelled to make this video. And I don't care which side is in charge. I don't care who's running the White House right now. This video needs to be made because it points out exactly what's going on in the background while war rages on over in Israel. And while all this is happening in Israel, the UN and World Economic Forum sign an agreement to accelerate Agenda 2030. The UN signs an agreement with a bunch of elite globalists that will speed up these policies that are wrecking the entire world right as Israel declares war. That's just some really convenient timing, right? Take a listen to this.
This afternoon, the Secretary General and Klaus Schwab, the founder of the World Economic Forum, will witness the signing of a memorandum of understanding on a strategic partnership between the UN and the World Economic Forum, which outlines areas of cooperation to deepen engagement between the two institutions and to jointly accelerate the implementation of the 2030 Agenda.
So now they're going to accelerate the Agenda 2030 once again in the cover underneath war, be in the background. And I don't think they want anybody paying attention to what's really going on at the same time. And look who gets rich off of war. As stock markets open, U.S. defense stocks have surged following the Israel declaring war on Palestine. Many of the stocks are World Economic Forum strategic partners. Lockheed Martin, RTX Corporation, Boeing, Northrop Grumman, General Dynamics. And, you know, that's why Ukraine was never going to wrap up as well. As long as there's money flowing to certain people's pockets, they will keep this going as long as they possibly can. Biden's policies caused this attack on Israel and the world to become unstable and in total chaos. All of Biden's policies come from World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, and other globalist elites. And it's not hard to see that because you see the open borders. You see how they're pushing ahead with climate change. And next will come carbon credits, where me and you are getting taxed on our carbon usage. That time is coming as well. But Fox News said this is debunked. The $6 billion is currently held in a Qatari bank account with U.S. Treasury oversight. The money did not include U.S. taxpayer dollars. Not a single cent from these funds have been spent. So do you believe Fox News? That's the big question. Israel was just brutally attacked by terrorists funded by Iran, and yet Ilhan Omar wants to cut off funding, military aid, and equipment to them. This is why she was removed from the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Honestly, I don't think she should even be in our White House. I think she should be shipped back to where she came from because she is a terrorist, in my opinion. And again, these are the people that are controlling our governments around the world. What happened to Israel could happen to the U.S. We have been invaded by illegals from over 160 different countries. We don't know who they are or where they are. And that's why when you have open borders like we have here in the United States and all these people are flowing through it, we are going to have an attack in the United States. Look at the protests that are going on right now. Pro-Palestinian protests break out in multiple U.S. cities, and it's causing even more division in this country. You know, we need to close the border. Let people come in legally. The way they came in legally to this country for years, for generations. But no, we just leave the border open. Nobody is checking these people out. What country are you coming from? What is your business in the United States? Why do you want to become a U.S. citizen? Here's a test to take. get the documentation needed to become a citizen. But instead, we have people flowing into this country like never before. And I think at some point there's going to be an uprising. A lot of people are talking about that, even outside of crypto. People I talk to, I just run into on a daily basis. They say the same exact thing. And this is also part of the New World Order, one global citizen. Breaking, Joe Biden announced that he is considering a one-time payment to Ukraine dubbed One and Done that will hold them over until the next election. He's requesting $100 billion in U.S. taxpayer funding. Public support for Ukraine funding has decreased every single month for the past 5 months. Zelensky and NATO say they're worried the U.S. funding will dry up, so they want as much as they can get now. So what do you think about this? Do you think now that we have a different war happening and that we're definitely getting involved in, we already sent our carriers over there, should we continue sending money to the Ukraine as well? Here's my opinion. There's people dying in the U.S. cities on a daily basis from drug abuse, from drugs that are also flowing over our southern border. And yet we're still sending money out of this country. Nobody's helping our homeless population as well. This is what I'm talking about. This country is changing very fast. BlackRock and JP Morgan Chase already did the deals with Zelensky. Now they will plunder everything in the name of rebuilding Ukraine. The second I seen BlackRock and JP Morgan Chase get involved in Ukraine, I knew right then and there that this is going to be a continuation of the money flowing through there. And it's going to happen in the future as well, no matter what happens in Israel. BRICS to completely ditch the US dollar in 3 years. So it looks like that is going to happen by 2026. By then, XRP should absolutely be skyrocketing. Me and you will be rich by then. And anybody that's not invested in crypto now should definitely get invested in it as soon as possible. These utility-driven cryptocurrencies, these technologies of the future, because you need to get rich before time runs out. Because I think we're on the clock with the US dollar. USD's throne could be in jeopardy as crypto kings rise. Experts predict a crypto surge led by Bitcoin, XRP, and Ethereum amid looming economic crisis. With Ripple's legal wins and exciting prospects, it's on the brink of something big. I could tell you right now, something big is going to happen around crypto. We are going to see a massive run-up. It's just a matter of time. That's why I always tell you to keep an eye on the DXY. Major announcement at SIBO, Switzerland will begin live transactions with a CBDC at the end of this year, 2023. Take a listen.
Actually, two other points, but the last one is, as an FMI, we need central bank digital currency. So today, an FMI settles in central bank money for good reasons, to make sure that we reduce risks and counterparty risk and have a bankruptcy remote asset for settlement. And we don't have that today. So in our case, we're using tokenized Swiss franc and tokenized euro, which is things that we create based on cash that hits our account at the Swiss National Bank, and then we tokenize SDX. So there's an exposure to us. The good news there, in Switzerland at least, is that we will be starting with real-life transactions in CBDC by the end of the year, meaning.
And I think that is also getting put in place in the background. Remember, this is all happening right now in real time. And all over the mainstream news, you don't hear anything about this at all. Christine Lagarde, president of the European Central Bank, Europe announces their plan for a digital currency, CBDC. And I think in the U.S., we could see the creation of an emergency situation that's going to happen where we all of a sudden have to release a digital dollar. I think that's the end goal that's going to come out of all of this. So Joe Biden is destroying our future. Despite going through many hard times, no president in the last 30 years was selfish enough and stupid enough to massively deplete U.S. oil reserves to boost his poll numbers. And look we're down to 17 days. This is what's left in the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. And I still think we're going to see an oil crisis at the same time. We're going to watch 1973 play out once again. History repeats itself. And anybody that doesn't see what's coming has to just have blinders on. And they don't want to see it. But this is why I always tell you, pay attention to real world events when you're invested in crypto, because we're invested in the technology that's going to move tomorrow's money. And tomorrow's money is almost here. You see CBDC talk coming up all around the world, country after country after country. I show you in XRP videos all the time. And they're all working with Ripple and XRP. You don't hear them working with Swift. That's why I still think that at some point we're going to see Ripple, XRP, replace Swift. Because Swift cannot compete with Ripple's tech. And that's why I will always stay invested in crypto, especially for times like this, because they're rushing this system to the bottom. They really are. And I think it's been happening over time, and I think a lot of people weren't paying attention early on. Now we're almost $34 trillion in debt. We are rapidly amounting more and more debt on a daily basis. This will not be sustainable for much longer. They're going to have to come out with a new option. But until then, like I always tell you, stay patient and stay positive. And I'll keep bringing you up to date on real world events around crypto as well. But I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.